Good morning and welcome to Podcasts from the Pit. I'm Casey.
I'm Eric.
I'm Alpha
Foot.
One.
And I'm Kiwi Customs as Campbell.
I'm Foot.
And
Hey, everybody.
there we go.
Hey, how's it going, mate?
Got to go around. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're
no,
all right.
you're good. First off, I just want to apologize to everybody for no show last week. I had no power.
It
No
happens.
way, man. It happens.
As every live streamer's worst nightmare is having no power or lagging.
Yeah, or your guests not show up, which fortunately we've not had that yet.
Yeah.
But
So-
I mean, stuff happens. This is just a toy show, so it's not the end of the world. But I look forward to doing a show every week because it's like an hour or so. I get to talk with friends about stuff I want to talk about other than work and work issues. So this is a really good time.
No work talk.
No work talk.
No,
I've been on spring break all week. Yeah.
Nice.
oh, awesome.
So let's see who's in the chat. Right up here,
So
we have Zazel. He
Hey,
says
Zazel.
somebody had a birthday.
yeah,
Whatever
Campbell.
that is, Campbell.
Oh,
Today.
that's bonkers.
Yep,
Happy
in New Zealand it's
birthday,
today. Thank you, kind sir.
William C. Good morning. Joe Hunter 73. What's up, Wes?
Oh yeah.
Ahoy shipwreck.
And old Foot's doing cartwheels for Campbell's birthday.
I wanted to
Yeah, I see that.
widescreen.
Joe
Yeah.
Fan 84. Good morning. Good morning, Crash.
Morning crash.
Yeah.
73 Lair Bear. What's up, Larry?
Papa Bear.
Lilith. Always good to see Lilith in the chat.
Sup. And
Is
she
she on Facebook? Or, is she on Instagram?
I've tried to find. I didn't see.
I don't think
I
I've ever
don't know she's on
connected with her.
Instagram. I know she's on Facebook.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
And she's using the word gentleman loosely.
Yep.
Of
Very
course.
loosely,
Good
please.
Hey, of
morning.
course.
Peter Malone. Good morning. And Lil says, happy birthday to Kiwi.
Yep.
Very
Thank you.
Oh, and the Cobra Pit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The cream always rises to the top.
Yeah, my fellow partner in crime of the Barracks podcast.
Yes. Yes. Very great show. If anybody hasn't checked out the Barracks podcast, please do so. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
And it's your birthday next week, my bro.
Oh,
So
yeah.
How old are
Yeah,
you,
All these,
Kiwi?
all these birthdays in a row. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Mine was 2
51
weeks.
today.
Yeah,
You
that's
what?
awesome.
51. And just showing a bit more grey. Oh,
You got a year on me. I hit 50 this past Monday. So
You guys are
I've
making
done
me
a
feel
crazy
young.
thing and I've hit the gym and my body's, and what I thought as a younger person I could do. Oh, hell no. I'm paying the price.
yep, I feel on you. Then we got Foot, who's the baby.
47.
Oh, it's a great
That-
age.
Hey, that doesn't
Remember
make
the
him
good
the
old
baby.
years?
Oh,
Oh, no.
Yeah. How old's
You're what?
Casey?
he's 53.
That makes me the baby.
Okay,
Nice.
what?
I'm an
20?
82 baby.
Ooh,
Woohoo.
Oh, young buck.
yeah.
That is young.
Yeah. Yeah, my body doesn't think that.
I found some pictures Friday night of Christmas of '82, and in one of them you can see the Mobat in the box, and then
yeah.
in another one I'm holding like He-Man. So happy birthday.
We got here in the crowd. 48, 41. Nice. 50 is the
41.
new 40. Zazel says.
Yeah.
How about that?
I don't
All
feel
right.
that.
I don't,
50's
no,
coming,
no, no. You,
and I don't remember 40 to go back, so I don't know.
Yeah.
you sort of. I sort of felt like a Superman last year. I thought, oh yeah, I'll hit the gym this year. Boy, I'm sore.
Yeah. So
Well, I don't even
today,
think about the gym.
so today we basically have Foot, who's like a paint master.
The
Kiwi
paint master. The
is like the MacGyver of customizers. And no offense, Alpha, but you are like the Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein of
Oh, I love
custom
that.
creators.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Because
That's a
you
I'll take
compliment
that
all the way.
100%.
yeah, you
Yeah.
throw stuff together and it looks amazing. You
Yep.
have like an eye for this, which if I did half the stuff you did, it'd probably look like a kindergartner's just like with a
Hey, me
crayon.
too. Me too.
You all are like the masters. Crash is a
Oh,
baby.
thank you so much. But we're just having fun. That's all. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just having
Exactly
fun.
what it is.
But I've looked up to you all for a long time on your customizing. I know two of you up on how to do things. Sorry, Kiwi.
It's a
There's a
good.
few times I've watched your videos on how to do things. I'm like, ain't no way I could pull that off. So the video that sticks out in my head is where you're making Outback and you're using the hot glue for the hair and the beard. I'm
Yeah.
like, this guy just like blew
That
my
is
mind.
next level inventing right there. That's definitely inventing your customs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I didn't have Milliput and I couldn't afford it at the time, but I always had hot glue, and I went. Yeah. As a kid, when I was younger, I was amazed with what you could do with hot glue, and then once it's set, you can shape it, and if you made a mistake, you can reuse it again. Like put it back in that end, and off you go. So it started from there
That's
as
actually
a
see
kid.
that's kind of genius, man. You are the MacGyver.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I've never even thought about hot glue at one time.
Me
No.
neither. Me
Yeah.
neither.
No, I seen him. He
Um.
sat down with his
Sorry.
figure and he's like pumping hot glue all over it. I'm like, this isn't really going to work. And then he starts carving it and like he was like a hibachi chef out there going.
I don't do as much as the constructing and building. I really do just try to stick with the painting. That's what I'm, definitely most familiar with. I'll keep it like that.
I've got to disagree with you a little because that Tiger Force helicopter was broken, and I brought it back to life, and I already had one, and I'd never getting a dragonfly in New Zealand is super hard to get. So I restored it back to its former glory as a dragonfly. Oh yeah, I hear you do best coffees too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like
thank you. Thank you, Crash.
Starbucks ain't got can't hold a candle to
No,
you, man.
they just burn it. They burn their beans and they ship it out to
Yes.
us. That's what they do.
Man, I got to hit you up again for some coffee because last time I got it already grinded, but I have a grinder now. So
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'll get you some beans in the next package, man. I got you some stuff set aside here, anyways.
yeah, I got to
I'm
get
so
yours out
jealous.
too.
So, how you wanting to fire this up, Casey? Or
I
just
mean,
let him go?
You want to do some show and tell, then
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Let-
definitely.
let them talk for a little bit, then we'll do that little video. Well, yeah, I got that video queued up that
Okay.
you put together, Hillbilly.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do the
So-
show and tell. I actually have something, and I know when I've watched the shows before, every week I'm like, I don't have anything this week, but now I do.
Need Foot to make decaf.
Why?
Yeah.
Decaf's
Oh, there's
hard, Bill.
Retro.
Hey, good morning, Nate.
Hey.
Good
Nate.
to see you.
I'm actually doing a custom for Nate.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
Casey, you want to go first with the show and tell?
I would love to.
Go ahead.
You guys could probably guess I got a little Motu in this week.
Ain't
What?
nothing wrong with that.
I got this Terror from Hello Dope Toys. If anybody's ever ordered from them before, they package amazing.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, great figure. I couldn't find it anywhere else, but they had it on there for like normal price. So yeah, pull the trigger. Got him. And a couple things from Mattel Creations. The Voltac, which I can't wait to open him up. He's got the wings. It's
That's cool.
pretty cool.
That's
I
pretty
love
cool.
the Horde. The Horde's my favorite.
I like that you open up everything.
I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
I do too.
I like to
100%.
I show them off on here in the package, like my hero, but I will open them up probably right after the show. I've been waiting for this one for a week.
Hey, I don't want to
And-
interrupt, but Casey,
Go ahead.
did you see the account is Were Goblin, and he had just painted up like a little Horde play set. He redid it all. Did you see that
No.
one?
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
check
send
that
it to you.
out.
Yeah,
please
it's so
do.
good. The
It looks
details and the
amazing.
weathering and the rocks. He
Yeah.
did a great job. You would love it. I thought of you
Yeah.
immediately, though.
He's been
And I love
doing.
that.
He's been doing some of the Inhumanoids as well.
Yes.
Oh,
Go ahead. Back to show and tell. Sorry, buddy.
sorry.
I just got one more thing. I've mentioned her 1,000 times, but I have a granddaughter who I just love more than anything. And I found some old golden books on
Nice.
eBay
Oh,
of Masters
cool.
of the Universe, which she
That's
gets a
awesome.
little bit older. It's going to be story time.
Yep.
I felt like it was a really good deal, like 6 books, and I was very excited to pick them up. And they came in yesterday, so I was able to show them off today. They weren't supposed to come in until Monday, so big props to the seller for the fast shipping. But that's all I got.
Well, I actually got to open my birthday present that I had to buy. So I've got the Cup Transformer.
Oh man, that looks so good.
Yeah, that's on my
will-
list 100%. I
he
love
will-
that thing.
He will never see his vehicle mode. And then I have the
Living Nick.
yep, Leatherneck and Sergeant Slaughter.
You gonna open them?
Thinking about it, the card stock's absolutely garbage. I'm not a fan of how they did the file cards on the back with the multilingual
Oh yeah.
stuff. Like they did not get very into Leatherneck or Sarge at all. So I may open them, or I know somebody's looking for a Leatherneck, so might see
You
if they
should
want to
definitely
trade.
open those new figures. Those are awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I want them in my
I love
hands so
how
I can
they
see how they compare.
Well, I'm also looking for a couple of the stalkers from the All Striker
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
Because Stalker, the vintage version 1.5 Stalker is way too fragile to get out and play with.
Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I want you to come on the big screen, but I don't want you to do it anymore.
Okay.
Also, can you take those little potion balls out?
Yeah, you
Special
can.
guest.
Child of the foot.
There is a
My
special
God.
guest.
Hey guys.
Yes.
How's everybody
Hey, it's
doing?
going.
Hey,
Good.
does she
My
paint?
munchkins. She is a little artist, yes. Both of my kids are little artists.
Sweet.
That's cool.
They're going
Hmm.
to grow up doing customs.
Definitely. All right, get
Yes.
on out of here. Intruder alert.
I want to take the potion out.
You can't have my little grape sodas. Get out of here. She's checking out my little diorama here. She's like, can those grape sodas come out? I said, yeah. She's excited.
But So, Alpha, what you got?
Well, I didn't have anything until yesterday either, so I'm pretty pumped. First thing, I got a bag of what
Bags
I
are always
call customs, future customs. I got a cheap bag of Lenards off of Macari.
uh-huh.
I think there's, I don't know, like 5 of them in here. But I bought it for this guy.
Oh yes, I got him.
Oh yeah.
Don't know who he is.
I've been looking for this guy for a while. I don't know who he is or what his name is. I call him Billy, Tracker Billy. But
Trucker, but
You're pretty close, probably.
now
Yeah.
Ronnie will be the one to tell you who he is.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about the Lenards, but I got that specifically for him. And then of course, I get on Whatnot a lot. Probably when times I shouldn't, if you know what I'm saying. But I picked these up.
Oh, cool.
Those are the limited edition retro Toy-Con Steel Brigades.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I got those from Extensive Enterprises on Whatnot, so I was pretty psyched about that. I've been searching for those as well, and I picked up a complete. Was it wind chill?
Yeah.
Your wind chill, yeah.
Yeah, got him too. So
that's awesome.
I jump on Whatnot a lot of times and just start bidding for no reason.
Same here.
There could be some outside sources helping me do that, but late night, I'm down here making customs. I usually put it on and off to the races we go.
Yep.
That's
Hit
wicked.
that oops button, huh?
Yeah, a lot.
That's what I call it.
Is Hazel saying that's Thunderbird?
Thunderbird's his name?
Yeah.
Tracker Tom. That's it.
Tracker Tom. Good one
Tom.
too.
I like Thunderbird better.
Yeah.
Thunderbird's working.
Yeah, I
hate
think
to
his name's gonna be Thunderbird.
It makes a better spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the right color. I mean, I'm not, just calling a spade, actually.
Right.
So you
You're
got
okay,
anything?
Kiwi. You're good.
That's all I have for show and tell.
That's all you have, bro.
all I have.
Talking about spirit, I got myself the classified series spirit for $20. Now here in New Zealand, that's a steal. So the classified series, and I've said this before in most of the live streams, costs an arm a leg in New Zealand. So $20, that's a steal. It's in my other room. I won't worry about going over there and getting it. Picked up a Sergeant Slaughter, which I'll be doing this for Zazel as a Night Force version.
That's cool.
I'll customize them to a Night Force.
Nice.
And then in New Zealand, my foreman, this isn't it. This is my old one. I picked up the, is it the Maggot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is my
The
old
Maggot.
one. So the new Maggot is literally beautiful. Missing the radar dish. But with this, I'm going to customize this to either the Night Force version of the tank, which is dead easy. It's black and red, and that's it, really. It's an easy custom. Oh, and then also I picked up Baroness. So that's for somebody else. That's going to be in the next live stream that we've got next week.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Lilith was just cracking me up here. She says she likes Thunder Pants.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny, man. If you guys saw me
That
laughing
is
a
real
second
funny.
ago,
Oh,
I read Thunder Pants, and I was like, "Oh, that's I would do that."
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call him Thunder Pants.
Absolutely.
Nice coffee cup.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't hold a lot, but it's fresh every time.
Yes.
You should have seen me when we opened that box up. I was like face palmed.
I used it a lot. My mugs are in rotation around here, so
That's cool.
I use it a
But
lot.
I was just like, what the heck? It said 11 ounces. And it won't even hold it won't hold 8 ounces. So
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
So
But I
you
like.
got any-
Oh, we're just collapsing the whole place.
Party
Dominoes.
foul.
you got
Yes, I have
anything-
something actually.
Whoop,
I have
whoop.
I have something incredible. I got this from one of my customers. He was one of my earliest customer friends on Instagram, and I can't believe he sent it to me. I'm very, very fortunate. So thank you, Yo Valley Joe, for wow, a
Whoa.
complete original Rattler.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
I was just stoked. I thought I got the wrong box, but this is from my buddy Yo Valley Joe Alfredo. Thank you, man. I told him I was going to do a shout out on the show because I was really excited to get something in the mail, and I had no idea that it was going to be this grand of a gift.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
wicked, man. That is
How
wicked.
fortunate, man.
That's
Guys, I'm
awesome.
talking every missile, every panel, everything, and my wild weasel. He was very happy to have his plane back. So,
That's killer.
That's
man,
cool, bro.
telling you guys, this community,
Is
I've never experienced anything like this community, even at church.
yeah.
The G.I. Joe community is more giving than even at church.
It's
No.
more-
Hillbilly said this to me last year. It's a hashtag G.I. Joe family.
Yes, man, it truly
Yeah.
is. It truly
Well,
is.
we try to watch out for each other. If one of us needs something or whatever, we try to take care of that person.
Absolutely.
Oh, agree.
Man, I
100%.
just a couple weeks ago I just put out, hey, here's my checklist. I got back into, this is all because of the podcast and because of Ronnie Trickshot's color shows and stuff that he
Yeah.
does.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I start to there's Yo Valley right there. What's up,
Yep.
Alfredo? I just showed it off, man. I really got back into just the idea of like, boy, I like that figure. I want to, add him to my list, or I really like this, because you guys were showing him off, and I have almost all the 87s. Oh, I have almost all the 86s, and I started telling people about it. Next thing I know, figures are showing up in my mailbox. I'm like, wow, why did I ever buy GI Joes?
Yeah.
You can just shout it out and the guys will send them to you. No, I'm serious. I must have got a dozen figures for free in the mail. I couldn't believe you guys.
It's pretty
Yeah,
awesome when it happens, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced that, and it's just all. I mean, don't know what to say.
No, me neither. I've been digging through my doubles. I'm getting ready to start paying some people back.
Yeah, that's why I like doing customs, or when I could do customs, just sending them to my friends.
Yes. The
And
customs I like the best to get out there with you guys, whether it's a gift or, I'm addicted to like selling stuff too. So like honest,
Yeah.
I just love to have custom sales. I love to make it and sell it. It's just fun.
well, you do a
And
great job.
you got to pay for this stuff, but
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I
For
do
sure,
blow
yeah.
through like, you might buy a can of paint and it sits around for a year. Like I got a can of paint a month, man. I'm like constantly buying paint.
Yeah, same here, man.
What type of paint do you use, mate? I know it's
I
your
like-
show, Casey, but
No.
we can get into that too
Yeah.
later. Go ahead, Case, your turn.
No,
Lead the way.
that's perfect. You guys to start
Yeah.
talking about customs because I don't make any because I have zero talent, but I
Yeah.
appreciate them all.
Very good, man.
And
I've
my
seen
house
your
is very
customs.
loud right now, so
I've seen your custom, your shipwreck. That's really cool.
it was 112. It wasn't hard. This is 118 stuff.
You've got a couple amazing customs. I
I
know that for
do.
sure.
Made by
Hey,
foot.
I don't
Alpha.
discount the 12-inch and 6-inch customs at all, man. If whether it's just painting or building on top of or adding accessories, you
Yeah.
guys can really create characters just from adding on to them. You don't need necessarily the paint skills, and I appreciate that a lot. That's more imagination sometimes than I put into things.
Yeah.
Mine was just a kit bash basically to make my favorite shipwreck, which is I don't know which version it is, but it's got the black tactical vest, white t-shirt, pants, the black cap.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
That's awesome.
actually seen it in my head. I'm like, I can buy another beachhead, which was like probably the most expensive part of the thing, so I could take off this tactical vest, then use a second shipwreck head and the body from Outback, and just do a little work on it, take off the survival. It turned out really good. A buddy of mine made me the cap out of green stuff and painted it. It looks pretty good, but not like your guys' stuff.
But that's how it starts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah.
Oh,
You-
that's another thing right there, Alpha man. You're sculpting when you do like your beards and some of your add-ons to your figures. That's amazing, man. I can't do that stuff. I don't even have
Yes.
I can't even get the scale right when I do it.
Yeah, I didn't think I could do it either. I just put it on there one day,
No,
and
you
I was
do
like,
great,
"Oh,
man.
okay, cool. Here's a beard." So then I was like, "All right, I'll just start doing other stuff." So, in order to do that type of stuff, you have to use the right material, though. I've used the milliput before, and I couldn't get it. Like, was always like chalky on my hands.
Yeah.
When I switched over to the green stuff, where you mix the blue and yellow together, yeah, that stuff's amazing. That stuff is just amazing.
All right.
Good morning.
I haven't
don't
used
like
it in a
that.
long time.
I just wanted to show this off since Silverback's on here, and good morning to you. This is
Yes.
a custom that he made and gave it to me at Winterfest.
Man, that's cool.
I love it. It's cool.
Yeah, it is got the Cobra emblem on it. It is very, very cool, and it was very much appreciated.
Yeah.
I love the custom vehicles for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, he does great work too, for sure.
Hasbro gave us so much stuff to work with, as adults,
yeah.
it becomes, so apparent to me, like, oh, this needs painted, or oh, this needs added on, or man, they left this here for us to, definitely monkey with. Like adding those roll bars or the cages to things. I just love those details.
Yeah.
And I understand why Hasbro couldn't provide us with all of that stuff, but it is in there somewhere for us to adventure with this now as we're older. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah,
we
most
lost
definitely.
Alpha. I think I was what vehicle did I watch you restore, Kiwi? I think it was the Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, and it's still a
Yeah.
work in progress too, behind the scenes.
It's great stuff though, man. I love how you're adding the pegs on again, because that's real
Yeah.
good. Never thought of I don't even know what
The
to say.
sparring stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought of even like repairing things like that. I mean, I've worked on cars my whole life. I used to, build motors and stuff, and then I see you guys doing the stuff with the toys, and I'm like, oh yeah, why didn't I think of this?
Like,
Good morning, Gaz.
I've got quite a few vehicles actually that's got to be restored or spray paint. So I've got the stuff here now to make my own spray booth. I just haven't gone ahead and made it yet. Oh, put my phone on silent.
I'm very happy I have a nice spray booth. I got to have a spray booth.
What do you?
Otherwise,
Do you have a made spray booth, or you just buy one?
Yeah, no, just homemade. But I just have like a.
You just vent it outside?
Yeah, I blow it right on my neighbor's house. She loves it.
Well, because currently, right now, when I got a spray, I take my stuff outside, which is upstairs and out the door. So if I had a booth, that's what I would, because I've got a basement window I could do it with.
That's where I'm at. I just have mine set up in the basement. I was, it's cold in Ohio. I can't paint all winter. So, if I do downstairs, I have to like heat the basement up to get it, or get temperature where I like it to stick some paint. But I usually make like a huge batch before the winter hits to kind of get me through. Before I had the booth thing set up, I would be, taking a cardboard box outside and spraying it. Maybe leaves and dirt and bugs would be landing on it and stuff. It was terrible.
Yeah, that's the same with that dragonfly. I just did it outside during summertime, and actually, in fact, I did that in the morning before I went to work because I knew there was no wind, so I just went shh, sprayed it
Yeah.
up, and then I put it in the garage because I knew in summertime the heat will get in that garage and basically bake the paint on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like-
Silverback, yes, I will definitely be at Kentuckiana. I don't miss those. Even if I have no money, I still go just to talk to
Same
friends.
here, Casey. Even
Yeah.
if I'm broke, I'm going.
I might have to do the Kentuckiana this year.
You need
That
to.
would be- yeah. Even if I'm broke, I might have to show up.
A Tiger Force Rolling Thunder would be called a Thundercat. Nice.
Thunder-
That
Thundercat.
would.
Well, Caesar, if I win this other auction, I'm going to get myself hopefully another Sergeant Slaughter with the Triple T, and I'm looking at doing a Tiger Force version on both of them.
I wouldn't say that, Larry. My customs don't hold a candle to these guys.
No, they're havoc that you do with the massive guns, man. That's awesome. And
That
like
thing's-
literally, imagination's awesome.
That thing scared me to death because
Thank
I
you so
took it-
much.
I learned from Alpha and Foot, whenever you're doing these things, take them as much apart as much as you can. And so I had to heat that thing. I soaked it in hot water, and then I popped the little mushroom clips, pulled it all apart, sweating bullets, and then whenever it went back together, it actually fit and worked. And I try to prime everything that I do.
I prime everything I do as well.
I only
Sometimes-
prime the vehicles. I don't prime the figures.
Sometimes I cheat and get the paint with the primer in it, so just like
See, now I've had trouble with that stuff, that 2-time stuff where it's got paint and primer.
yeah.
I've had trouble with that drying on me. Like
Yeah.
it'll dry to the touch, but you
Yeah.
can still tell underneath it's not because it's got a little. It almost feels like the paint's moving.
This guy right here, he got all jacked. His head's all jacked up because of that stuff, and then like he's
I know.
got wrinkles all through the paint. It's like almost like orange peel. I was going.
Yeah,
through
that's my first mistake. The orange peel.
Yeah,
I was going to actually send it to a friend, and I'm like, nope. He will stay here, and I will suffer with him, and look at him, and know that is my mistake.
well, I'll tell you, Foot when he paints stuff, I don't know how he does it, but he creates this texture
Yes,
that is just
Yes.
it's awesome. I don't know how to duplicate it, but
I've got a.
Me neither.
Yeah, I've got a Cobra Desert Trooper, and it's like he's got dust laying on his shoulders.
yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's
That's
weird
just kind of
because,
a simple
well,
trick.
you can kind of tell it's yours. Like if I see a figure somewhere, I'm like, oh, that's Foot's figure. Just I don't know, it's just a style, I guess.
Definitely, I think so. I can
Here's
tell a
one
lot
of
of
my
you guys work.
first. Like this is a Desert Viper. And it's got crisscross on it. So I'm quite impressed with that.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh wow.
That's really cool. I have trouble with the crisscross pattern too. I haven't figured that. It's just masking and or line
was freehand.
painting, but yeah, freehand's tough. I've tried it. It's very tough, and I'm
Yeah, I
really
know,
good at
but,
freehand. Honest, I have a very steady hand. I can paint very straight lines, but on the figures,
Yeah.
it like blows my mind to go Python
Yeah.
patrol.
Same
Yeah,
here.
I've got
I can't do that. I've tried it before too, and I've buggered it up.
I tried it
Oh.
on a Gundam, and it just went. I took a plastic webbing and laid over top of it and sprayed it.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah, I've got another Cobra Steam to try and do a Python Patrol color scheme to it. Wish me luck.
You can do it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Here we got a
I
lot of
need it.
stuff in the chat here. Let's see. Do we prime everything? I do prime almost everything. I can paint right on top of it. The Fireflies I've done recently, I just painted right on top of the Joe. The Airtight that I just made, I just painted right on the yellow. everybody,
Yeah.
you know, was very impressed with the yellow. And I said, well, it's, you know, Hasbro's plastic. Thanks, you know, but
Really makes it pop.
yeah, you just,
Yeah.
you know, you have to scrub the parts down. You got to get the oils off for your paint to stick. That's going to be one of the biggest problems people have when they try to do some customs or do some painting is they haven't prepped the surface properly. Our finger oils, even the plastics themselves, after so many years, you know, the oil is seeping out of the plastics.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of our figures change colors and discolor and stuff like that. It's chemical reaction that's going on within the plastic. So a lot of people just don't understand that or don't think about that.
Yeah.
Bill, he primes with a matte finish, he says here sometimes. I don't do that. I mean, you could. I haven't done it. I could definitely see how that would be very beneficial. Painting right onto, you know, some of the gloss figures is just slippery. So putting on a matte finish will give you a little bit more of a surface that's going to absorb some of the paint.
I've used
could
the
agree with
adhesion
that.
promoter a couple times too.
Yeah.
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 Like
And
Bulldog makes an adhesion
what did
promoter
Joe
for
Hunter say
plastic.
here? Airbrushing.
Oh,
I don't
it's cool.
airbrush. I spray paint. So I just use old rattle cans. I'm an old model car builder. I was building model cars with my pop since I was, I don't know, 5 years old or younger. So he taught me how to spray paint stuff way back a long, long time ago.
And
Now,
the
Phil
only
here.
airbrush I do is the Vallejo airbrush, like Hobby Lobby stuff. I'm not
Yeah.
I airbrush, but I'm not a good airbrush person.
I
Yep.
don't airbrush. I'm trying to. I would like to be able to actually punch into details as well as Foot does with a brush.
That's tough.
Yeah. Well, he gave me.
Sets that bar high.
Yes.
Magnifying glass. I paint under
Yep.
the magnifying glass, man. Gotta get
Well,
yourself up.
I paint with bifocals.
There you go. Same.
But
I've noticed that since I'm older now, I've got to literally put my glasses down, and
yeah.
it has never happened before. It's
So
only just happened this year. I'm like, what is this? This is crazy shit.
Foot gave me some inspiration to do a figure, and it's this guy right here. It's I call it a Night Stalker Flint.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's nice. Yep.
And like I even did the backpack. Watching him, I'm like, man, I want to do the details. And then I start seeing the figures. I get the figure apart and I see all the details. I'm like, man. So I jacked it up. I really messed it up. I was trying to paint the brass on the shotgun shells, on the bandoliers, and it didn't turn out real great. It's not a Foot 1212 custom, but it's a hillbilly. Hey, it'll pass the squint test.
Hey man, we all got
Practice
different
makes
styles.
perfect, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Practice
Oh, yeah.
makes perfect. That's all.
Oh yeah. And it's probably one of the better customs I've done. Like Casey has the absolute best custom I've ever done. And it was extremely hard for me to part with that guy.
The Night Force Airborne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Funny, I'm going to make one. I've got the Airborne and Ripcord. I'm into my Night Force now. It's hard to
Yeah.
get them in New Zealand, so I just figured it's repainted figures.
That's my '90s version of Airborne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice.
And the thing that started off my airborne customs.
Hey,
Thanks,
cartoon
That's
Airborne.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
You're welcome, brother. I was happy to do that one.
I
That
was
was
so
on my
happy to
list
open it
actually
up.
for the longest time.
You know what's on my list of customs to make?
What's that?
Brown skid mark.
I've done one. I've done a green and brown one.
G.I.
And it works
Joe
better.
G.I. Joe for fun. He did a brown skid mark and it's all in brown.
Yeah. Who do you send that to?
73 Lair Bear.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay. All right.
And it looks great. I mean,
Yeah, it looked real good.
he used different shades of brown in it.
Yeah.
It's just great.
It's a
Scott's
shame
a real
figure
artist,
is
man.
the figure is well sculpted. It's just his co-name
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm wanting
the paint
if I were
scheme didn't do him any favors.
Nah, they could just call him Speedway and he would have been good as gold.
yeah.
Burnout,
Now
Speedway,
Burnout.
Slick, anything.
Slick,
Well, what kills me with him and Windmill both, man, if you look at their actual sculpting, there's so much stuff there.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just like,
absolutely.
nah, we won't paint
I
it.
changed my windmill. Yeah, I customize them to something that's pretty close to the comics.
Did you see that that latest Toy Connections video that had the DEF windmill?
No,
It's on my
I've-
list to
no.
watch. I haven't
it's
seen
on my
it yet.
list to watch. Yeah.
Dude, you guys need that one. Looks wicked. And well, of course, it's 90s, so it's bright and garish. But I
Yeah.
mean, still. I mean, wasn't he already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a windmill from India. He's
Nice.
just
Yes.
he comes with a windmill backpack.
Oh,
I
fun
like
school.
that one a lot. I like that one
Yeah.
better than the original.
Yeah, same here.
And mine's still in the card. The card's in rough shape, but I am not cutting that blister.
Yeah,
I
but-
opened mine up. I liked it.
Yeah.
I had to have
Yeah.
it out.
So
I only have a
Larry Bear
handful
wants to talk
in the
about
blister.
Monday Night Figures, and
Yes.
Gaz has a comment on the brown skid mark. Should have a Taco Bell bag as accessory. That's hilarious.
If I can get my hands on another skid mark, there will be a crimson skid mark.
A crimson. Ooh,
Gotta go to the doctor if you got a crimson skid mark, man.
He could be a good bad guy, you know.
Yeah.
I think he's got
I
the
did
glasses.
See, William.
He's kind of like a one of those V soldiers. Remember V when we were kids? That show.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that
show.
show.
Messed me
He kind
up.
of looks like that if he was all red. He's got the solid glasses on, the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, Zazel.
Kiwi, when you're painting, what do you use for hand paints? Like what brand?
Tamio Colors, acrylic paint. Can't go wrong. I've been using it since I was a kid. I've still got a paint. We're not right here. I've had that since I was a teenager, and it's still going strong.
See,
I'll
I
just
don't
use-
have any where I'm at. I can't get that stuff very quick. I've got to
Yeah.
order it online.
Yeah.
I've got another
Got,
customizer in New Zealand, and his name is Carson, and I've basically convinced him to switch to that paint color or paints, and he says it's the best. He used to use it enamel, and he says stinks at the whole house. He says
Mhm.
acrylic is primo, it dries faster, it's easy to put on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
The
plus the
Tamiya-
Good
finners,
stuff.
The
Yeah,
Tamiya
so,
company
and that's
was
finners.
the Tamiya company was the original Hasbro paint company.
Yeah,
So
Really?
you'll find a lot. Yeah, you'll find a lot of colors that will match our original Joes. Right off the bat, one of the ones I've really noticed is that Viper Ninja they did, that Cobra Viper Ninja, that turquoise. You
Like
can't
this.
find that color. There
So
it is. You
I've
can
actually
find it in
made that
Tamiya.
color.
Yeah, Tamiya
I'm,
makes it. So
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need that color.
Is it
Yeah.
Tamiya? Is that what it's called? Not Tamio.
I don't know how you say it.
I call it Tamiya.
I'm not
It's-
Japanese. Sorry,
Me neither.
but yeah. The good thing about this brand is that you
Hillbilly,
can
come on, you're Japanese, right?
You can mix. Like I've got you can mix these different colors quite easily, and they won't interact. And they won't react. They would actually mix them quite well and stay mixed. So
Okay.
I've made
That's
that
good.
till for that Ninja Viper.
Well, I've got one of those in the works, so I may have to figure out what color that is.
I'll send it to you.
Cool. I've only got one of the Tamiya. It's the blue, but it matches the Slaughter Marauders blue and
Exactly.
the Frag Viper that's not a Frag Viper. The green and blue one that's like a
Yeah.
oh, is it Argentina or a? I did
don't
a
know.
custom for a guy, and I can't remember what he's called, but the blues match perfectly. So
Yeah.
it makes sense given the fact I didn't know that the Tamiya was the paint for Hasbro.
Yes.
So
I didn't either.
I may switch now. That may switch me.
I'm gonna interject with this though. I'm sorry. Personally, it's nothing against whatever you guys prefer, but I do not like the Tamiya paints for brushing. I
Okay.
really try to avoid it. For my spraying, that is all I use is Tamiya. Man, that is the
Okay.
best spray. And
That
I'll
is,
say
you're
that
correct.
hands down. I haven't
So-
found a better one. I've tried so many.
So
Do you
what?
get the cans?
Yeah, I get the rattle cans, the old shake 'em up
Yeah.
rattle cans. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a few I'm looking at right now that I'm going to do some custom vehicles of.
What makes it hard to brush?
It's just the consistency to me. It's like just a little bit stickier of a paint than I like,
Okay.
or maybe as you're painting it, it feels sticky.
Gotcha.
It's not just the thickness. I like a thick paint, and I love the pigment. I love their colors. I only have a few shades in brush just to
Yeah.
match some of the sprays, and I just kind of buy them, according to project. Like if I got a tan top in my spray and I need to do a little something on the bottom, I'll buy the bottle to match. Other than that, though, I do really prefer the Army Painter or the Vallejo paints. Like you already have A1C there. I like the Vallejo a lot.
I've got Army Painter too. I use both of them.
Yeah.
That barbarian
like-
flesh that Army Painter has is the only flesh tone I really use.
Yeah, I like
So-
that a lot. I don't use the Citadel either. That's a very big brand here in the custom world or in the painting world, period. I don't use Citadel either. They're very goopy, and I don't like their little buckets they come in. I'm just
Never used
Do you
Citadel.
use, do you use the paint pens?
I do not.
These are good.
Never
I've
used
only
them
just-
either.
I've heard
I've
they're
only just
good. I'm
started using them
just
like late last year and this year. I can't fault them.
I'm just so classically trained with brushes. It's a total different game to use a marker.
Yeah.
I would be right back to looking like a beginner. Same with an airbrush. If you gave me the airbrush, I couldn't do nothing with it. Just be squirting it out. That's all.
I've got my airbrush. I just need to get that spray booth up and running. Yeah.
That's going to up all your projects a lot when you have the airbrush active and going.
Yeah.
As far as like the figures go, that's how I get away with so much shoulder and elbow. I don't know what the word is. The lack of rub and scratch on my shoulders and elbows. It's because I'm using the spray paints instead of a brush paint.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are brushing their shoulders and joints still.
Oh, they're chafing
They
like
holler
crazy.
at me they're like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "It's just too thick. There's only so much clearance in between those parts."
So I give it
And-
I don't show my videos, but I give it a light sand on those joints.
You can do that too.
Yeah. I don't do it in my videos because I figured that, well, I should actually do it, but I figured it would be too boring for people to see me sanding. I've only just noticed this year I can fast forward painting. I was like, oh, my program's got this. I can speed up.
If I were doing the videos, I'd leave the sanding on there, man. Because when I first started, I looked videos left and right trying to see what to do.
Yeah.
I throw them on there, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I'll do it for next custom, which will be, it's in the bag at the moment, and it literally is in the bag. So when I go for a custom figure, I find certain parts and I put it in a bag, and then behind the scenes, I work out what I'm going to do. And if it's going to look good, then I just go, all right, here we go, video, and this is the figure and the character I'm doing.
I wish I could be that organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally
sickly
just
organized.
I see something and I'm like, I'll do that. That's Like I really liked here, I'll show you real quick. I like Mercer. He's one of my favorites. And I don't like two versions of Mercer. I think it's weird because I really like the bearded second version.
Yeah,
I like
same
the
here.
outfit in the first one, right?
Yeah.
So I made him.
Oh, yeah, man. That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
So
Yeah.
Is that the original Mercer chest?
well, that is, but I used Rit dye on it
Okay.
and got it a deep red.
Yeah.
and then I touched up the silver, and then the pants are original Mercer. So he's going to be my Mercer from now on.
Nice.
What I did, I took a Mercer and the first version, and I took him completely apart, and then I primed him, did a gloss black, and then I believe I did a gold over top of that, and I think I wrapped it in saran wrap and peeled that off, and then I did a translucent red over top of that and turned him into a crimson Mercer.
I've seen that. I
like
like
a
it.
world, like a Worlds Without End Mercer.
Yeah.
Like if he was stayed in
Yes.
Cobra, and
Yes. That's my favorite.
And then I like put a scar down one of his cheeks to make him look like he's been through it. But I'm a Mercer nut, so and seeing the one you did, that's giving me ideas. I might have to do something like that now.
Well, I always like the idea of him like growing as a person. The beard, the new armor. But I'm like, dude, I really enjoyed that first version Mercer. So
yeah. I've got a foot Mercer. Oh, he's over here. He's in my
is it the
headquarters.
black one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's fire.
Oh yeah.
And
Yes,
then
cool.
I was trying to
another
think of which one
guy
it was.
is like the Night Force Mercer.
Yeah.
He's got like a green
And that's what I'm doing.
green vest, black pants, green pads, and then I have another version 2 Mercer where he's older. He's got black hair, black beard. He's got a tuft of gray in his hair, black outfit. He's really tight. Somebody had sent that to me. So I'll grab him here real quick. Oh.
Right on. I see some questions here. Lilith, no, I do not thin down my paint very often. I'm usually right out the bottle. Most of my brushing work is for after I lay a base color with the spray. So my primer goes down. My figures are usually like all white or gray, and then I color them with the spray color. That's my base, and then I paint on top of that. At this point, I've created like a really solid surface for all the brush paint to stick to, and I just brush it. And that answers Wes's question too, Joe Hunter. Yeah, man, I don't know. I mostly just kind of brush away. My bodies get gray or blue or green or only so many colors that I like to use, and then I pull them back, and I might swap some legs here and there if I want to. I might do like the whole green figure, and then I'll just swap legs with another one. I like to do 2 or 3 at a time just to give myself options. And I just mostly just brush away whatever's coming along. I run into some problems sometimes where I'm like, black boots, brown belt, and then I get up top and I'm like, oh, I painted it green already, and then I go back and I undo some things.
Yeah, I do the same thing myself. I go, oh, it doesn't work now. Shit, what happens next?
So here's the Mercer that Foot did.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's real cool.
That is real cool.
And
yes, very cool.
There's so much detail to that figure. And then
it's the details on Mercer that I love.
Is
dude, I love that one.
Is that a touch of gray too?
Yeah,
I love the gray. That's awesome.
Did he weather that?
I believe he did.
That's awesome.
Like in the armor here, he took like a panel liner and went down in between the links in the armor.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. Delvis Short, I believe was his name, sent that to me. He's not been
Morning,
on
William,
for a while.
He did really good on that. I love the brown and blue combo. That looks nice.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm looking at it on the other screen here. We're a couple seconds behind.
No, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's good.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I have him and the other Mercer in the headquarters looking at Destro in the jail.
Now, is anybody reading the Energon Universe G.I. Joe ongoing series?
No.
All right. They're actually making Mercer an important character, which I never thought would happen.
Well, I saw that he was still Cobra. Am I right
He
there?
works for Destro.
Yeah.
Okay.
He works for Destro.
Gotcha.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But
No,
you
I
guys-
really wish I was keeping up with the storyline of some of these new things. I just feel like I'm already too far behind.
you can
Well,
always
from-
catch my friend Gary's G.I. Joe Chaplin's Assistant Motor Pod. He
Yeah.
discusses them all, and I help him.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
I've
No, I'll
watched
get
some
on that.
YouTube videos, and I love the fact that they're reinventing some characters. I love that part of it. So
Yeah, they're doing a good job on that. I haven't kept up with it. I ain't bought a new comic book since Joe Fest, which it was the Delta 17 book. But
Which was great.
y'all blew my mind.
Nice. Yes, the comics are very well done. Really enjoying them.
Yeah.
But Eric put together a little video that I will try to pause on the pictures, and basically it is pictures that he got from you guys. Like how many each?
I think 3 or 4 each.
3 or 4
Three.
each.
Yeah.
All right, so let me try to bring it to the stage.
Might be more than that.
hey, yeah.
I need to back that up. Hold on.
Oh, that's
There we
cool.
That
Hey, you know
is-
a fun fact about that one is those pants are actually foot. He painted those.
Hey,
That's really cool.
how did you get Foot's britches on that little figure? Is he that small?
He sent me those in a trade one time, and I was like, man, I gotta find something to match this.
Oh, I love that. He's very steampunkish.
Yeah. Well, and that Zika Toys Riot guy head was perfect. So
Yeah.
absolutely. That's a great invented character. I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Once-
love that.
Say
Very
good morning
Cobra.
to Same Time Toys.
Yeah.
And James, still a big kid. Good to see you.
Hey,
Hey,
James.
still a big kid. I've been chatting with
So-
him recently. We've been sharing some tips and tricks.
He
He's a good guy. I like
he
him.
is actually going to be rooming with me at Joe Fest. Poor guy.
Oh,
Excellent.
nice.
Poor devil.
Well, I get crashed, so I think I'm losing. He's already warned me. I told him no dairy for 2 weeks leading up to the show.
Yeah.
So, what's the code name for this?
Oh, you want me to go back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, it's Iron Grenadier, of course, but what's the code name?
you know what? I never came up with one.
I had the trouble too. I can come up with figures, but I can't think of code names.
Every now, well, I'll paint some, and the code name will just come to me. But
Yep.
like some of them, I'm just like, man, I don't know what to call this guy.
I usually come up with a code name when I'm posting them, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm like, oh, I'll invent a code name. But other than that, I kind of leave it up to the crowd. I like you guys to be able to
Yeah.
figure out who it is or what it is.
Yeah,
if I create characters.
Well, this one kind of screams Iron Grenadier. So
Yeah.
It does.
Yep. Also, I would say it's almost close to like a commando.
yeah,
Man, this dude, he looks like he could bend space and time as we speak, man.
I'd call him Sandman because he looks like the Sandman.
Yeah, I
Hellboy.
like that.
Yeah.
he does actually. You're right. He has that very Sandman vibe, doesn't he?
Yeah. Not really from Hellboy, but just like the DC Comics character.
Aftermath.
right on.
I like
Aftermath
that. That's a
would be
good
good.
code name.
Yeah.
Kitten skids. But yeah, I definitely get Iron Grenadier feel off of this. He's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
an elite Iron Grenadier.
Yeah. The gold just pops. Golden that red.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I'll tell you what, too, is that I don't know what you guys use for gold, but it is tough for me to find a gold that looks good,
Yeah.
that actually looks like gold.
Gold
Some of
pen.
the best gold paint, you have to go back to like the old
The old testers, right?
tester
That-
enamels. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I use.
Kiwi, what are you showing?
Paint pen.
Paint pen.
Oh,
Gold.
that could be very
Oh,
useful
that
for
might
some
come in
things.
handy. I'm gonna have to hit
And
you
I
up for
said-
that later.
I've just moved to these, and the gold and the silver and the chrome, unbelievable.
I got a chrome
So
one.
we've got
I'm gonna
Asian
try to fix
helix
some
here.
face masks with.
We've got the belt there, and the top is and the leg is from cable ties.
I know the technology behind the paint markers has changed a lot, so
Yeah.
way different than, the paint pens mom used to have for her ceramics when we were kids and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So that was on a
Which
Baroness
if you
body.
remember when you'd paint Storm Shadow's Chinese stars, and stuff, you'd paint them back with that silver paint pen when we were kids and they'd turn red.
Yeah. So that was on a Baroness body, and I just enhanced the boobs because Asian helix has got bigger boobs. And I got the original figure, and then I just basically sliced it off, and then attached the head of like the Baroness, but and then chopped it off and put it in there. But because of this figure, she can move her head up and down and all this. And then I just painted the hair sort of sandy color.
Hey, do you know what I see in this picture, Kiwi?
The skid mark.
Your brown skid mark.
Yeah, bro, brown and green,
Right on.
There he is.
and looks really good.
Dude, that's a good figure.
Yeah, as I said, simple, and it's cable ties. So I just cut the slits off the cable ties for her belt.
Yeah.
That's pretty
a
wild.
good
That's
idea.
very inventive.
Yeah, it is.
So Silverback says that folk art makes gold paint called Treasures Gold that he likes a lot.
Oh yeah,
Well, when I'm doing
Okay.
gold, I usually only need it for like necklaces or like small like watches and stuff. I'll probably look
Yeah.
into that paint pen idea. That might be the way to go.
it does wonders. And even what I've done is you can blotch it onto a bit of metal, and then just use a. I made a tool from Toy Polloi using a pen and a paintbrush, like a pin, and you just painstakingly take your time, paint that. And I notice if I start getting tired and my hands are shaking, that's time for me to stop for an hour or so, or 10, 15 minutes, and then start again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see what's next.
I'm laughing at Wes. He's got some Testors paint
General Hawk.
on his 80s Joes.
Yeah.
He says it's still on there. Yeah, it is, bro. That Testors stuff is some real deal paint.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 12-inch General Hawk.
Is that 12-inch? Yeah.
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
That's awesome.
And that jacket was donated to me by a member of the channel, which just blows me away while people just give me stuff because they enjoy me they enjoy watching me do something. So they said, "Oh, I'll give you this. You don't have to, mate, but yeah, they give it to me because they enjoy what I make or do out of it." Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's the comic book version of the General Hawk with the blonde hair, not the
Nice.
yeah.
I see the
And I always
blonde
add a bit of
eyebrows now. I see.
yeah.
That's a really good figure.
It is.
Yeah, I've been really trying to avoid the whole 12-inch figures, but the
It's
more
a
and more I
rabbit
look
hole.
into yes, and I don't know if you guys know or not, but I hit rabbit holes pretty hard.
I've never noticed that, Casey. Hashtag Dime Novel Legends.
I probably would too, but I just don't have room. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I love that.
That's cool.
That is awesome.
That is probably one of my favorites that I've done. And
That
it's
is so
sat-
proper, man.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Well, it sat with silver paint on it for literally 2 years, just in a container. And I'm like, man, I don't know what to do with this. And finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to finish this guy.
What do you use for the cape? That's outstanding.
So that cape is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's a Mindbender cape. I had an extra Mindbender cape laying around.
Yeah. It is too. Oh my god, that's insane.
Well, I always
It's so
kinda-
powerful, man. What a powerful custom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I always thought that, Serpentor had a cool outfit. I was like, but I always liked Cobra Commander better. I was like, you know what? Let's give him some sweet outfit.
Yeah.
And
I
you
actually
did
like-
it too.
I
That's
actually
crazy.
like that better than the battle armor.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yes.
That one went to Chucky Deeds.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was
Man,
a big fan.
that could be a Hasbro release. Look at those colored patterns and stuff, man. That's like
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
really good. I got 2 screens going.
Oh, you're fine. I've figured out that I can make my own Mindbender capes out of old T-shirts. I took a Serpentor cape, laid it out, and then cut around it. Used the Serpentor cape as a pattern, and then just bada boom, bada bing, poop. Only bad thing
Yeah.
about it is they curl at the bottom. They curl up a little bit.
But you could use an old button down that's not cotton.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea.
That's a
I'm
good
probably
idea,
taking
actually.
that one too.
Yeah, like even the teeth and the eyes on the actual shirt.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
just
the way those
pops.
stick out are really
Yeah.
popping. Yeah. It's very well done.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I dig that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. It was definitely hard to part with, but
Yeah.
I'd push somebody's grandma down a flight of steps and curb stomper for one like that.
Exactly.
You see a lot of people ask me that too. That how do you get rid of all these figures all the time? And like I don't know, I gave away almost 30 figures last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just giveaway,
Yeah.
because we can make more. That's all. It's just
Yeah.
it's simple to me. I mean,
Yeah, well,
you could redo
I made a
that, man.
custom of Phil. Oh, mate. That's beautiful. I'm looking at doing something like that too.
I want to have to get a smoke jumper barbecue off of you.
That was inspired by the what is it? Is that the 40th figure that came out, or just the modern 4-inch maybe came in
Maybe.
that
Yeah, the
yellow?
modern 4-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of borrowed
Dig
it.
the colors.
I've been getting into some of the accessories and things lately, so that's my little add-on with the wire and the. I don't know what gun that was, but it fit the hand without scratching it, so I went with it.
That's
I
important.
mean, isn't that difficult to do too?
Work smart, not hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Well, you paint the hands up, and you go to put a weapon in there, and it just takes the paint right off. You're like,
Yep.
son of a.
Yep.
Well, you'll see if you check it out. A lot of times, my gloves might stay the same color that I've sprayed, and I'll just maybe I'll divide it with a wristband from the sleeve, and then I don't have to paint the hands with a brush.
Yeah, that's
Gives
a
you a
great
little
idea.
bit more strength on your hands. Again, it's just more of that's maybe more where I plan sometimes, as opposed to just painting. I do have some plans going on.
That's just a
cool.
good picture with that figure, though, right? That
Yes,
barbecue,
thanks, man.
it's just a good
Yeah.
looking photo.
That's a good looking photo.
I get lucky with some photos every now and then.
I love that.
This guy was actually, I made him right after the last time I was on.
Yeah.
I knew that Hillbilly did the Night Force one. I knew he already had the foot one. I'm like, I'm going to make him a 90s version of this character that's actually airborne and not that other guy.
You even
Thank
painted
you.
the eyes, like the whites of the eyes. That's insane.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do eyes.
The eyes are good on that one, definitely.
Yeah.
I do a lot of airborne customs actually. I like airborne. I've found that I've done quite a few. I like his couple of hairs he has up top here that you can paint in.
Yep.
They're either they're either scratched off or maybe like Hasbro missed them. They just got the bowl spray on there. I like to get in there and get those last few little hair follicles.
That's actually Firefly torso, actual airborne legs, and then low light arms. So I thought it worked pretty well together.
That's
Definitely.
really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's
really
very
well
cool,
done.
man. I love it. I love the
Yeah.
colors. I love the character. I really do.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just found that blue. I love that blue.
That's
Yeah, it's
tight.
definitely it's a good blue.
That looks like keel haul blue.
It does,
So I
yeah.
made but this is well long before I made a channel. I did a Night Force stalker.
Yeah,
I was
that's a
rolling
nice
over that
stalker.
stalker. Yeah, it was. I didn't like the last stalker they did on the 90s. They gave him that sort of that highlighted shit on his on his shoulders.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
love
that yellow nonsense.
Yeah. But it looked to me like it should have been a Night Force stalker. So yeah, I got that, and that's actually Muskrat's chest.
Looks
And I
like
believe
what we
that-
got here. We got
Cheddars.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Looks like
It's
Duke
awesome.
legs, maybe. Is that right?
Yep, sure is Duke's legs.
Roadblock arms. That muskrat chest is always badass.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, lots of details on that. I love it.
Yeah, and I painted his little torch on his side, that little bit of silver or metal grey, gunmetal grey.
Yep.
Very,
Anytime
very
you can
cool.
get a lot of details in, that's always a home run.
I agree. That's again where Hasbro gave us so much to, work
Billy.
with, but obviously they couldn't hit them all and paint them all either.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I love ninjas.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Ninjas
tell.
rock.
If we start showing your ninjas, we're just gonna have to close the show. Jeez.
I know
Yeah.
for another hour, brother.
It's like the
Oh,
grand
that's the
finale.
ninja night.
Yeah.
So that is actually the first Billy Kessler that I made that I parted ways with. I made another one because I missed him.
I would definitely have a harder time getting rid of some of these things like you've done, man, because you're like creating it a lot. Like this is where I say I'm just painting sometimes. I think the way you guys craft and build some things is amazing to
It's
me.
insane.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that one was unique in that I used those legs are actually their lowers are Storm Shadows, but the thighs are actually the old Remco Ninja guy. So it kind of gave him a bulkier look.
Yep.
And then I used Dice's arms on him.
I could see that. Yeah. What's the head?
That head is a sculpt I got from, oh shoot, where did I get him at? Level 7 Toys is who had that at the time. And
Definitely a great head.
Well, that sculpt must be around because I picked them up now. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have basically the same sculpt on the new one I made, except I made this one where his head pops off. The old foot magnet trick.
That's really cool.
Very, very nice.
Of course, I used Marauder Gunrunner's sword because those are awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's fire.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm hunting around for another blowtorch.
I don't know how you did that with the black and then the green on top of that.
Magic, mostly
Yeah.
magic.
Man, so I've
Witchcraft.
painted a blowtorch before, and I know how difficult it is to paint this guy. So the way this looks is awesome to me.
Yeah.
It's
To
all
me-
love. I love Blowtorch, man. He's one of my top 5, top 3 Joes. I love Blowtorch.
To me, it's screaming a lot of brush time.
It's very, very cool.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
love the
Cody.
green and
Thank you.
black.
yeah.
It's a shame
just-
they didn't
yeah.
have like a green accessory pack helmet of his, and like mask. Or maybe they did. I don't know.
I'm doing some new Blowtorches now. I got some accessories coming with them this time, so
Cool.
I'll be
wicked.
better off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rainbow. I was
I don't know
hoping
if you
someone
guys
would do a
noticed,
Rainbow.
that's me hanging out with Rambo.
Hollywood.
Sun's
You
out,
just did a
guns
custom
out.
yourself, mate. Sweet.
So me and Rambo are buddies. That's actually that whole figure of me is sculpted just like I am, abs and all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's so
You
I don't
can't
know.
tell on the podcast, but
Yeah,
look at
No,
this.
this is
tough.
true.
The light, it's my lighting. Lighting's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Rambo figure, that upper part I picked up from Lone Wolf Toys, Bobby.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody had made one. And I saw his, and I'm like, man, I want to make one, but I didn't want those legs. So I just got the upper parts, and then I used essentially Roadblock version 2. They're Guile's legs is who they are. And then I painted them black, and I'm like, yeah. And then I took Naga Hide's bow and arrow and shortened it because, man, is it long. Like when you put his bow and arrow in the back, it's like sticking way out here.
Oh yeah.
So
I see.
So I
I see where
shortened
you
it
sliced
down.
it there.
And actually, on this one, I don't know. Yeah, this one is actually the newer one. I ended up breaking the thumbs off of Bobby's, and I took the lower part of Buzzer from the comic pack. Buzzer, they're kind of more of a flexible plastic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I painted them to match. So now his thumbs will be good. So, and then of course, Hollywood is 100% either 3D printed or casted.
Yeah.
Those are custom resin casted Sergeant Slaughter legs, level 7 torso, Lone Wolf arms, and then Lone Wolf made the head for me. So
Hey, Foot, they're asking if, Joe Hunter's asking if you painted that blowtorch all black first, then went over it with
Correct.
the green.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. He would have. That's how I would have done it.
And Lil said that's the best looking blowtorch.
Thank you.
oh,
So
yeah,
here's number 2 I'm doing. You can see I'm bringing out the green on the panels, but yeah, it started solid black.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's just you get in all the cracks and crevices that way. And yeah, you know, just like drawing or painting lessons, you want to paint from the back forward most of the time.
You can sort of see a lot of a theme with what I'm doing, and I've just fallen in love with Knife Force. But as I said before, here in New Zealand you can't find Knife Force. So I did this on my membership channel. So I did a Knife version of Sergeant Slaughter, and as I said before, I've brought myself another Sergeant Slaughter, and that's going straight to Sazel. So that figure there, I'm making another Knife Force Sergeant Slaughter. And I used the color on that teal, which is for Spearhead, because he was the only Night Force figure that actually had that color. A lot of them had brown, grays, or blacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Spearhead's
That's cool.
definitely original in the Night Force.
Yeah. So I thought, well, I could go black, brown, gray, but that's quite, yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, I'll go with the teal.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
You can't go wrong with Night Force. It's always a fun scheme to get into. I think making some of the sub teams, or kind of creating my own scheme for teams has been one of my favorite parts about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really loved the episode you did, Campbell, where you turned a repeater into the Night Force repeater.
Yeah.
That was amazing. because that's one of the figures I
Yes.
really want that I don't have is the Night Force repeater.
That I think was one of my first ones I've done. Yeah,
It was great.
Yeah.
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 And
I've fought a lot of them.
Yeah.
And Echo Warrior Sarge.
Sarge.
You know, I'm
Why
going to
not?
agree with that. I think we do need one of those.
Why not? Yeah, I totally agree. We could probably find something.
Make Sarge into anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Color changing shirt. He needs.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones. Blowtorch looks like Tommy Lee Jones. Let me see.
He does now that
Yeah.
now that he said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, now I'm not going to be able to unsee that.
Right.
Yeah, toll booth.
I want you to check every outhouse, doghouse, hen house, pen house, everything.
So this is
some
cool.
Tiger Force
Yeah.
toll booth. Another thing, I want to see all the characters Tiger Force. I want to see all the characters Night Force. I want to see everybody. And it was his turn.
I was never a big fan of Tiger Force until I seen you do the stripes, and you told me the secret to the stripes, and I tried it,
Mhm.
and I can't get mine to turn out quite as well as yours. But my
Yeah, your stripes
God,
are real good.
those are tight. That's
Thank you,
tight
man.
as
So-
bark on a tree.
What are the secrets to the stripes that you do?
Plumber's tape. No adhesive, no stickiness. You can, twist it thin. You can leave it wide. You can slice it to have pointy
Yeah.
angles on it. A lot of what I do with the tape though is just it's kind of just random. When I'm peeling them off, I'm either like wow or I'm like, oh crap, I messed up.
Not afraid to
So
give it a
it
go.
goes both ways. Yeah. I just me and Cody were talking all week here. I did a doc about just about the same as this in the green. I was getting ready to put the stripes on them, and I did it and peeled it off, and I was like, I hate it, and got a couple. "Oh, I like it. I don't like it. I just ended up painting back over it. It was just one of those. Oops.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, the plumber's tape though, it's really cool. This is for spraying again though. So once you get into your airbrush, you'll be able to do something like this.
Mhm.
But I try not to mess with anything sticky, and I found the plumber's tape doesn't stick, so you just kind of wrap. It's like wrapping your figures. You just wrap them all the way up the leg, spray it, unpeel it.
I
And
love it.
then if you get like the wrong type of plumber's tape, it will actually melt
That's true too.
when you spray it.
That's very
That's-
true because I've got 2 oops moments for that.
Yeah.
That's more. That's probably the paint, maybe. Some of the
Yeah.
more craftier model paints and stuff don't melt as bad.
No. Like this sort of paint here, I can put this, like water it down with the thinners, and I can use that as the airbrushing. Good as
Yes.
gold.
Yeah, your Tamiya bottles would be great for your airbrush. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would
Well, I know
highly
I'm switching
recommend
to
that.
Tamiya sprays now, so
You absolutely should.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
They-
I got
they
test,
are
I got
wonderful.
some testers now. I'll tell you what, I've had problems with actually just recently I did one. I clear coated it and it wrinkled. And it's only happened with these tester sprays I'm using. So I don't know if my 2 parts don't jive or what.
That's
Yeah, I would say
absolutely
so.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be dead careful about it too.
So I threw all my testers that were wrinkling away. So I'll just start getting Tamiya, I guess.
To me,
It could be old. It could have been the surface. It could have been a chemical reaction with your clear coat and the paint.
So
I've
here's
used
another
Tamiya.
12-inch custom of Beachhead.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
And what I
wicked.
used for the ammo clip was the little coat hangers you get for socks or underwear.
Oh
So I
yeah,
chopped them down and painted them up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
that is so creative, man.
Yeah.
That's very creative.
And once again, the paints were given to me by the same person that gave me the jacket. So he's also given me a sailor's hat. So watch out, there's going to be a 12-inch stripwork coming out. I was going to hunt around for the parrot.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Here we are, still a big kid. Yeah, Tamiya and Vallejo, bro. Those are very good paints. The Tamiya
Yeah.
is definitely my favorite spray. I don't brush paint too much. Tamiya. The Vallejo paint is awesome. I love its consistency. I love the pigments. I love how I don't know what the word is. Smooth it finishes.
Smooth finish. Yeah.
Hey, Foot, Joe Hunter has a question. He asked if you wrap the entire part you're painting, then slice it into strips.
No, I do not. It's just kind of a crisscrossing wrap pattern. It's very random. It's very I don't know what the word is. Random. It's very random, man. It's
See, that's
unplanned.
where I messed up at, because whenever I would wrap it and then I'd take and I'd cut it and kind of separate it. So I need to
No,
play
It
with
would make for some interesting camouflage effect.
yeah.
it makes great camos. It makes good stripes. You can do all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
with it. I've done even like almost digital things with it. You know, like a digital kind of camo. You just left it more square.
Nice.
Yeah.
So is this another Billy, but without the eye patch?
That is Peter Pan.
That is
Robin
Peter
Williams.
Pan.
Sure. I
That
can
is-
see it now. Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure, Foot, I think you sent me that head.
I might have. I
Yeah.
don't know. Bill has sent me so many crazy heads from his Facebook group, and I can't use them all. And like you know, I just don't do some of the Hollywood or character things. I just don't do that very often.
I built see, he's a Storm Shadow version 2 upper. Sliced legs or sliced feet. I think those thighs are Snake Eyes version 2, but they're Black Major.
Oh, yeah.
Rimco uppers and Storm Shadow lower arms. But this one was an inch. I literally had that head in my pile, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a Robin Williams figure, but I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to do. And then it just, I don't know why I thought of Peter Pan, but I started putting pieces together, and I'm like, I think this is gonna work.
I love
looks
it.
It
great.
does work.
That's cool.
If it would have been Mork,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I didn't think about that until you mentioned it the first time. I was like, dang it.
Mork, that's a pretty good one too. I didn't even think of that one.
I had a 5 POA Mork figure whenever I was a kid.
So remember I tell you about this Baroness figure that I'm going to be doing? So
Man, that looks good.
It does.
here's a sneak peek. So next week on the Barracks podcast, and sorry, I know this is your show, Casey, we're going to be having Kelly Sorter on the show. And
nice.
so I wanted to buy another Baroness figure so I can do another Sorter's Marauders, Kelly Sorter's version of her in Sorter's Marauders colors. And I'm going to send that to her.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that is obviously Baroness's head, waist. The arms are from the Night Viper, and the legs are from the Leonard Core. I'm not sure what figure. It's just random, and I've totally forgotten about the waist, to be honest.
Man, that's like the colors on that are almost spot on.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
good.
that is, yeah. That's what the So the green, as I said before, with these colors you can mix them up, and they won't interact. They'll just merge together and they set. So that's that green I've made up.
That looks
Yeah,
really
she looks
good.
really good.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah, and also painted the silver on the buckles and all that. So yeah, I actually when I made this figure up, I contacted Kelly. This is last year, and so behind the scenes, I was talking to her like, I want to make a custom figure of yourself, and can I put it on the channel? She says, yeah, sure, no worries. So as I said, next weekend, which is after my brother's birthday, we'll have it on the show, and I'm going to be making another one and send that one to her.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah,
if anybody doesn't subscribe to the Barracks Podcast,
Yes.
check them out. You will not regret it.
Yeah, we're pretty much left field. We go off on tangents quite a lot.
So
Is that
do
a
we.
tripwire chest? Or is that a Baroness chest?
It is definitely a Baroness chest. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I just seen I can see, just the shoulder hooks, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Very
mixing
good.
that blue. Oh, that's an awesome shipwreck.
The boy. That's my guy. I love
that.
Shipwreck. He's my adult favorite. Just something
Yeah.
about, the sassy sailor that gets me, man.
So
Now,
is that a
was
nice
kind of
pie?
yeah, that was some kind of Kiwi inspired MacGyverism right there. It was just some little rubber maybe it was like a 6-inch belt or a 12-inch belt, and I just kind of cut a chunk of it, and it held a little knife. I just matched it on. That's where his hook goes on the side, and his hook was broken, so I just felt like I needed to kind of hide it.
Yeah.
And it worked out really good. I like that one.
Yeah, that turned out real well.
I like I said, I've been trying to do more accessory work and more, kind of add-ons to the pieces. Cody's inspired me for a long time to add on stuff. Cody goes out and like cuts off, pieces of like a dollar figure, and he, puts the pouch back on a G.I. Joe, and it just looks so cool to me.
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Yeah,
Cody's great for that. I wish he would have got on with us.
I know. Me
I'm a
too.
huge admirer of Cody's work. I
I've
tell him all
got-
the time. I know, he's always kind of.
Yeah. I've got a Mercer and a Flint that he did. Sorry, I had to look at my stand to see, but he gave me the Flint at Joe Fest last year, and he is super cool.
He's a great dude. I like Cody a lot.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He's sent me quite a few excellent customs that I really love, and I'm glad I have them.
Yeah.
like
So
that.
this is Storm Raider, is it? Storm Rider? Riders of the Storm. Yeah. So I did the obviously this
I was
is
going to say,
the
did you make the figure or the motorcycle? What have you made?
I made the figure and I also improved on the motorcycle. So I did like
Wow.
wings at the back. I put a little compressor because his main weapon is a nail gun.
Nice.
And
I like that.
And he's got a revolver too. So I put a compressor at the back and an air hose. And his scarf, believe it or not, is insulation tape. So I just cut that, double it over, went around, and I just painted the red flames on his. And I did the little dreadnought and the sunglasses I had to make myself. So that's also on my channel as well. That was painstakingly doing the glasses. And that was just doing little bits of plastic and cutting it up and super glue on his eyes.
You did a good job on the glasses and all of that. Looks
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's nice work.
It is very nice work.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Very
sure it's
cool.
Storm Rider.
That's a lot of work creating this, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have I have a lot of designated painting time. If I was adding
There you
on like creating time,
Yeah.
I wouldn't get as much done.
So that was just a normal Storm Shadow version 1, but was severely sun faded. And even though I used peroxide, the
That is sweet.
peroxide does eventually come back to sun fade. As you said, the plastic is degrading. So I thought to myself, okay, I've got myself another Storm Shadow, mint condition. What should I do with this one? And I decided, well, I don't have the Ninja Viper. And I painted that up. That's also on the membership channel too. And the believe it or not, the swords are from Lego. The Lego Ninja swords. They
That's
fit
cool.
in the
wow.
hands. A little bit of shaving. You need to shave the handles a little bit, but the swords basically match. and I gave him a black belt. So the original figure is a white belt. I figure if he's a master, these guys are masters. They should be black belts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that a lot, actually. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So do I. That is wicked.
Yeah.
Painting around the Cobra symbol, which was already there. Yeah, that took a wee while.
Did
I'm
you?
getting
You
ready to
painted
ask about
around
that.
That's crazy, Kiwi.
I
Yeah, that is
figured
nuts.
I figured it was a water slide. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
me too.
Yeah.
I wish it
even
was
I
a water
don't do
slide.
that.
It would have been so much easier, but no. It was in mint
Campbell doesn't
condition,
need
and
water slides.
I just paint just ever so cool.
That's
It's
very good,
amazing.
man. It's very good. I really wouldn't have guessed that.
No.
Looks like that
Was that it?
Yep.
It's the end of the show.
That's it.
Bye.
That's some awesome customs you guys got.
Cue the outro music. No.
Well, before we do that, I
Yeah.
want to start with Alpha and just tell people where they can find more of your work at.
Oh man, so I basically Instagram at Alpha One Creative. I've got a Facebook page, but I'm never on it. So most of my stuff's all on Instagram.
Yeah.
And Campbell?
I'm all over the show actually. So I'm mainly on YouTube under Kiwi Customs and Collections. Facebook, Instagram, also started TikTok as well, but TikTok I just basically show little reels of what I've done. Not much really. But I'm mainly on YouTube.
You can find me here in the G.I. Joe lab. Oh, no. On
That's
Instagram,
perfect.
please. Only Instagram.
Right.
That's all I mess with. And you can find me on Saturday mornings in the podcast from the pit chat room, because that's where I am.
Man, and we appreciate you all.
Yeah.
So
Thank
Hey,
you,
I love
Hazel.
this, man. It's crazy
Tell
being
people
on
a
this
little
side
bit.
of the glass,
Yeah.
Tell people a
Yeah.
little bit about Monday Night Figures. We
Yeah.
had a couple questions about that in the chat earlier.
Monday Night Figures is just it's just us. It's the crew. It's the team. We just post up what you've gotten for the week, what you've created, ideas you're thinking about. Just it's all about really the community interaction between us. It's like a weekly G.I. Joe figure show. You just show it off, get commenting, get with your likes, and make some friends.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't be afraid to say I love this. Don't be afraid to say what about this. We all want to chat and talk and hear ideas, and it's been a very interactive Monday night thing is what it is. It's interactive.
Yep, it's a good time.
It kind of
Nice
blew
to
me
have
away
you,
because I
Brendan.
thought when you said Monday night, I thought, oh shit, I gotta take some time off at work because I'm gonna be too shattered.
But it's also a great place to where if you're working on something and you need a tip on how to do something, hit them up, because that's what I do. And these guys, I mean, and I've hit up TMK as well, and everybody's just so, hey, take your time, do this, or if you want it to look sloppy, just go nuts.
Yep.
Like zombies, I mean,
Zombies are fun.
yeah.
You can get a little sloppy with some zombies. They're fun.
Yeah. In my style, I'm sloppy. So that's right up my alley. So, but
Well, just know that this show has been a lot of fun for me because I'm just a fan of your guys' work. I have zero talent. I do make a little bit of dioramas for my Motu, but I haven't been able to do that in a while due to work and lack of time. But I mean, that's fun for me, but I don't have that attention to detail like you guys do. So this has been a lot of fun for me. Just everybody out there, if you don't currently subscribe to us, maybe think about doing that. We always have cool people like these guys on. And we just have a lot of fun.
Don't think about it. Just press subscribe.
Do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Start tuning
Send
in.
it out to all your friends. Have them subscribe too.
Hey,
No,
Casey,
listen.
can I quickly show you this? Show you guys this?
Yeah, let me make
So
it
this
bigger
is
here.
a jungle bat.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Very excellent.
Yeah,
that is tight.
massive gun. I'm thinking
And
about doing
there's
a
a
desert
whole-
bat too.
Yeah, you should.
Ooh.
It would look good too.
Let me see that backside. Oh yeah.
Man,
Uh-huh.
that's good.
I like that. That's what
That
you
was
got to do
great.
with those.
Don't know where they got the gun from. I just like the look of it, and I just cut it in half and drilled a hole.
That's
It
right.
works.
That's right. I like that.
And I can't show this one off enough.
That's cool, man.
A1C is his name. He is a assassin droid.
Assassin droid.
I
Yes.
have
love
one of
that.
those
Back
too.
Hold him back up, Eric. I'll make you big.
Okay. Oh, don't make me big.
I make you
Already
big. Oh, dude, that's sick.
Right?
Yeah. It's an Alpha One Creations custom.
How do you got the head? That's amazing.
Well, the head's not actually mine originally. Hillbilly
Well,
sent me that, and I put the body to it, and then I kind of dropped it and messed it up. So I had to do some repair work.
I love it.
I painted the head gloss black, and then I went over with silver and
Yeah.
just I wrapped saran wrap around it, then peeled it off, and it just kind of left that pattern. Then I went over it with a translucent blue. And
That is the
normalized it.
wildest. That is the wildest technique, man. That is so crazy.
I know. That's just crazy.
I'm not good at it. Another way to do it is you can take and paint it the gloss black, and then take you a gloss white and either do dots or you can do streaks, and
Yep.
then take a gold and do streaks, and then take a silver and do dots or streaks, whatever, and then go over that with a translucent. That's how I did my Havoc, and it just wherever
Yeah.
that translucent color hits it, it just pops.
Ops. Yeah.
Your
So,
eel you gave me gets a lot of compliments. You know, I have a lot of people pass through and stuff. Everybody loves to come check out the Joe room and see the showcase behind me. And yeah, they love the eel paint job on that all the time.
Oh yeah, that eel looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that came from
And you
real
like
world.
you can't even admire it until you're like really up on top of it. It has swirls and splotches and
Yeah.
mixes
Yep.
that, you know, marbleization inside of it.
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
I took that idea from a wetsuit, a camouflage wetsuit is blue and black, and I was like, that would be a perfect eel suit.
And it
And I was
was.
just messing around and playing with it, and it turned out, and it was hard to part with it. It was very hard. I talked to Foot a lot on like the detail on the backpack, how I should do it. And be safe, James.
Catch you later, brother.
But if it wasn't for Foot, that figure would have never turned out. So
I've got
Well, it goes
another vehicle and figure in mind, and then I've got another sea ray, a sea slug, sea ray. So I want to do a Tiger Force version of that and the Tiger Force wetsuit.
Nice.
Part of it.
Yes.
I've got so
Very
much
good.
projects I need to do on this channel, but not enough time. I need to reduce my hours at work.
Yeah.
we all do
Yeah.
with the
Factual.
same pay.
It's the same pay.
Wouldn't that be nice, huh?
Yeah.
Anybody got any other questions? Anything you guys been thinking about?
Yeah, I've got a question for you, bro. Your paintbrushes, do you use like the same paintbrush for white, a different paintbrush for black, like what I do? Do you just use the same paintbrush?
Yeah, I have I just buy these like throwaway bunch off Amazons.
Yeah.
They're all little detail brushes. So I mean, I don't know. I just use them and abuse them and throw them in the trash.
Yeah, I've got like there's a couple. So I've got like this has got yellow, so I just use that straight for yellow, white just straight for white. My clear coat brush, I I've just scraped the wood off and write down clear. So I know not to sort of like mix and match brushes. So
Yeah.
black, yeah.
No, that's not me. You know, as organized as I am, sometimes I'm also a big slob. Like a lot of times, if you guys seen my paint rinsing water, it's like the dirtiest, nastiest stuff, and I'm painting bright white with it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So no, I just rinse the brush and onto the next color, and rinse the brush and onto the next color.
That
Yeah,
makes
so
me
I was
so
gonna say, what do
happy.
you use? Sorry.
That's how I do it too. Dirty water, same brush. So I'm admiring your way of doing it, Kiwi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also use methylated spirits to clean the brushes.
Nope. I don't really do that much. You know, honestly, painting the details the way I do, like, really beats the bristles a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of start, you know, this throwaway pack I buy, you know, some of them are they're not all consistent. They're, you know,
Right.
cheap ones, but I trim them with a scissor, or I'll knife them down to where I like, you know, some are real pointy, and as I'm going along, the points disappear because they've worn away, and it becomes
Yeah.
like my belt brush then. So it's more
So
about
this-
like the thickness or the point to me.
So that there is basically a paintbrush and a like a needle or a pin, and that's how I do my fine details. Like wow, literally going cross-eyed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get under the magnifying glass. I'm like in the zone. I'm on top of the G.I. Joe chest when I'm painting, you know. I'm like in there.
And you lose track of time too. You say to your wife, I'm going to be here for like 10, 15 minutes.
And
you
it's
come
2
out like
hours or 3 hours
2
go
hours
by.
later. And then it doesn't feel like 2 hours. You go,
Yeah.
ooh. She's got that look in her eye like, oh, I've done bad.
Yeah.
Yes. I can go sometimes all day here, man. I'm in the zone. I'm gone.
Yeah. I'm the
Well-
same too. When the girls are away and I'm on my own, I can just stay here all day. And before you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. What time is it? Oh shit, it's dinner time, and I haven't even really eaten all day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dark when I start and dark when I finish.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right,
Well,
Foot. Like we've got my
I
coffee beside me.
I can honestly listen to you guys all day, but I've got to
Yeah.
get my day going.
Let's
So,
do it, man. Let's wrap it up.
Thank you so much for being on today.
No worries.
Like I said, I had a great time.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. Not sure who will be with us or what we're talking about yet. We'll
I
talk
know one
about
thing
through
we're
the
going to
week.
be. I know 2 things we'll be talking about:
All right.
Motu and G.I. Joe.
Maybe.
And
Yes.
probably Joe's
Maybe
piece as
Mo
well.
too. I don't
Yeah.
know. But thanks again for everybody stopping by.
Thank
for
you
having
guys
me,
very
man. It's been
much.
great.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you all so much.
This has been
Humbled.
so fun for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sweet as.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Bye, guys.